time transitioning. Good luck.
Quomp, quomp, quomp,
Womp,
quomp,
womp, womp,
quomp.
womp, womp.
It sure appears to be a word you're saying.
Quomp. How you doing, Bungie?
I'm alright.
It is now 4:21. The start of the 4:20 block is starting.
Quomp.
Quomp. This is Quomp. We'll be quomping around. I hope you can enjoy this journey as we quomp together. Got Sex Rex and commentary. My name's giygasblues. I'm gonna do speedrun mode. Who's got I guess I'll count down whenever did you have any quomping things to say, Sex Rex?
No, I think there'll be enough time to cover anything I had, any quomps I had to get out while we're quomping along through this run.
Yeah, if you got any quomps, be sure to let them free as you feel free, as you feel fit. Alright, so I'll count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Womp.
Yeah, so quomp. You're the quomp thing, and you can quomp, and you broke free of your eternal prison of being stuck between those two paddles, and you're just gonna quomp around and escape.
Definitely.
And your mate. Well, go ahead.
Definitely. The paddles are definitely not from any other game that I recall seeing.
No, it's just kind of a new quomp thing. And so what your main input method is quomping, which lets you turn around, basically.
I guess the main idea is that you do rotate, what is it, 90 degrees on one axis? Or is it?
Yeah, that's 90 degrees, I think. It's been a while. It's been a decade since I took geometry. Don't ask me any questions about degrees that aren't like how cold it is. And even that I say in America units.
Freedom units?
So, yeah, freedom units. Degrees of freedom. So you...
Womp.
So the goal of the run is to time your quomps to bounce off the walls, the vertical walls, as in as short as a distance as possible, because that's really where you can cut time. As far as where you're gonna do that, and then there's also a few skips involved with cutting some corners very tightly that I'm not sure if we'll see or not.
We'll try. Sometimes they're just too difficult. I think this level in particular.
This friendo here, they chomp when you're in their little zone. I like to think of them as a cousin of Greg. Greg is a character from Eat Girl. It's a game from 2019, I believe. It's a pretty old game at this point. This is Quomp, not Eat Girl. And in Quomp, we gotta get these keys to open these doors. Watch out for those slidey boys.
Slidey quomps.
And yeah, they'll quomp the quomp out of you.
Oh.
Did you get the quomp point? Yeah. If you miss that quomp point and you avoid, then you don't have to avoid dying to these slidey quomps. You can just actually death warp back to this last quomp point at the top here, and it saves a good little chunk of time.
It's the hardest skip in the game, I think.
So now we're back to Greg's cousin for the escape.
I don't trust Greg or his cousin. Wow. We'll get this. Eventually. I'm throwing for content right now.
This room always trips me up. I don't know what it is about it.
I like how the developer put a speedrun timer with splits in this game.
Yeah, that was a very cool move. Very open and reactive to the community as it formed around the game post-launch.
I actually played one of Wombat's games a long time ago. Reached out to me on the Discord. It was called SHIT3.
Oh, that's a QOMP of a name.
and you played as a wombat.
Yeah, I believe I've played that game. I've gone back after having played this. I think we had a conversation about it. Another thing that was changed about this game is on the overworld map, you used to have to press QOMP. But now it auto QOMPs for you at the fastest possible input, which is nice because the menuing used to have a weird way of crashing when you inputted on it sometimes. Now that you don't have to, it doesn't.
I guess my main issue with that is that sometimes I'd accidentally, like, when you enter a level as well, I would also go backwards on the chain, or whatever it is. And then I would go back to the level before, because you don't really menu when you go to levels, you don't move, you kind of go on this rail.
Oh, right, yeah. But this is underwater. Now instead of changing direction, you swim. Kind of like a 2D platformer you might expect.
I'll be mashing up here.
Yeah, those kind of diagonal pieces, you know, they're dormant until you swim through them. But we got through that pretty easily. Oh, but then you bounce off the rail because you're mashing too hard. Happens to the best of us and the worst of us.
Some of these rooms are pretty simple to get through. I guess this one can be a little confusing.
This room's pretty cool looking, but yeah, it can be very visually confusing at first. But once you know what you're doing, you just kind of zip right through it.
Okay, we made it.
The cycles on this level are very tight, but when you hit them,
The global cycles, I got really good because of that mistake I made. I didn't really have to do too much. We're gonna try to go through these panels up here. They're very difficult to go through them. Yeah, I didn't get through that one. Now we got through that one, but it didn't. It didn't help me.
oh yeah, you kind of went for the victory lap there, and it bit you in the butt. So yeah, you can squeeze in between the gaps of those panels that you're supposed to hit once and they go away, kind of like breakout panels, I guess you could think of them. It lets you sneak through that area a little faster.
Was there a Breakout remake on the PS1, or am I thinking of Pong?
There was a Pong game on PS1, I think. I think we might have it in the marathon.
That's a quamp and good time right there.
Oh yeah, that's a real quamp of a... It like confirms both. But I think we only have the Pong game in the marathon. The whole marathon is just an extended Pong block with quamp, everything in between, and that game.
Spiritual quamp and spiritual pong.
Yeah, every game when you boil it down is just quamp. So here you gotta go and you gotta quamp this button to activate this kind of generator and quamp that generator so that it opens this door. And then as you can see, there will be 2 more generators to open up the 3 doors in this level.
Quamp.
And you're gonna need to get this key that's in this kind of passageway back here. That obviously you're not gonna know about your first time through, but being fiendish devils who have the prior knowledge, we get that key. I actually got that key my first time through because I was like, I wonder what's down this thing. I was like, oh, key, I bet that's handy. So I kind of lucked out just on my curiosity. And here's our old fiend, the paddles.
Quamp.
Yeah, you're gonna quamp that generator as well.
Okay, we're gonna death warp if I can make it over there. There we go.
Yeah, so if you miss this quamp point, then you hit this switch, or hit this generator, and then quamp onto those spikes, then you can do a death warp, and quamp your way back to that main room. And just kind of quamp right to the end of the level there.
We're really quamping now.
Oh yeah, we're quamping along.
This is real quamp hours.
Who's quamping? Yeah, pop that.
Oh, my strat is not to press anything, honestly.
Yeah, that's a legitimate strategy for this button, is not to bop that MF and quamp button and just kind of let geometry do its thing. But that's the first boss fight.
Now we got the real quamping music going. So now we got the real quamping snaky boy going on.
Yeah, so if one classic arcade game wasn't enough, now we've got 2, and we're snakes as well. And we got these blocks that move whenever you hit a wall.
Quamp.
Quamp, 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 quamp.
To prepare for this run, I was bouncing off my walls IRL while making quamp noises.
Every morning I wake up and open palm slam a VHS into the tape player. It's quamp, and I start bouncing off the walls, doing the moves along with the main character. So you did kind of a cycle skip there with the clouds by kind of hitting off of the very top of them and kind of going a little sooner than what was intended. If you can get through the rest of the area to when you get back there the second time without dying, it's like ideal, but I believe you took a death, so you'll have to do the cycle skip through the clouds again. but you know, quamp.
I mean, I'm always down for more quamping.
Yeah, everyone enjoys a little quamp now and then. To hit through the top part of this level that's now open.
Sometimes you just need a little quamp to decompress after hard days of quamping. This is an all quamping stream? I will donate 10 quamps to charity for every quamp in chat.
That's a lot of quamps.
I might be a little over myself, a little overextending myself, over quamping myself. Oh. What language is that quamp in? QUOMP.
I think that's French.
Okay.
Quill. I just pissed off the entire French restream.
That's fine. They'll be riding the quamp train as soon as possible. Like, this stream is all about the quamp, and the French restream is all about the QOMP.
Yeah, so these buttons get introduced now. They open these doors that kind of work when the doors open when the buttons are hit, and then close again when you go back in a different direction. They're a little weird. You get the hang of them, and then you do it. And then of course the keys only work one way through the key things like that, so you have to go this long way around and then double back and open this door up. Which I've definitely lost a bunch of time forgetting to hit that switch, because you know you come in hot and you're like, ooh, time to bust through this level, and then you get to here and you're like, oh wait, I didn't bust through this level.
Yeah, you gotta quamp through the level. Le quamp.
Yeah. Le quamp. I didn't quamp enough times.
Oh, I didn't make it.
Oh yeah, that's a tight quamp.
Oof. There we go. I feel very accomplished.
Accomplished. Oh, that hurts to say. Ow. Ow. Oh.
My speedrun goals have been met for the rest of my life. I'm retiring after this stream. I don't know how the cycles work on this, because sometimes the perpendicular one functions a little differently, or displays a little differently.
My trick is to just kind of go for it.
I mean, that's kind of how I play video games. This is a not too difficult skip to do. Frick! Dang, I gotta go with the whole level.
Yeah, avoiding that checkpoint is pretty good, because you can skip this whole snake section and like this whole coming back through here section. Wow, you really do skip a lot with that one.
I practice run when I'll, yeah, I can only quant myself. I ran all out of quamps for that level. I have no more quamps to give.
You know what they say, with great quamp comes great quampability. Quamp's ability.
Oh shoot. Oh well. I'm always ready to quant for charity.
Yeah, see, just quamp another generator here, and as you can see, there will be 3 generators that quamped.
We gotta collect these quamp coins. Oh. Yeah, so in my practice run, I died here, and then I tried going through those doors again where you need the switch, and I literally would just... it just went through both of those doors. I was kind of... never seen that before. Oh, don't talk about Smurfs. We're gonna have to like start talking about what is it, the Master System Smurfs game?
Oh god, that Smurfs game's awful. It's the same game as, like, it's on the NES and, like, the ColecoVision and Amiga, and it's on a bunch of garbage. Don't talk about that Smurfs game. Talk about Quamp. Is Quamp supposed to be a Quampomonopia? Quamp.
This is the snake boss. There's a very specific way to do it where it's really easy. I don't know why I saved 21 seconds on that level. Like, I guess I just did really well.
Switching to Geico. I don't know if I'm allowed to make that joke. Don't switch to Geico.
I think you're supposed to switch to. I think you're supposed to switch to QOMP.
Yeah, switch to Quamp. So now we're in the real Quamp hours.
Quampco. So I can't change direction in that dotted square area. The timing that Quamp is very particular. Yeah, do not...
And then
I forgot what I was gonna say.
you also see those rotational Quamp blocks that kind of, you know, turn the Quamp 90 degrees or so on its side.
This is a cool part. We're just quamping on these rails right here. Oops. The rails are confusing for me sometimes. I change direction by accident. By the end of this run, everybody will be quamping around.
Super Quamped.
I can't wait for Super Quamp Forever after this.
Super Quamp live forever.
Isn't Peking Boo doing 16 quamps?
Yeah, after Super Quamp Boy.
On a QOMP pad.
You know, Quamp is like the one game Peking Boo would basically have no disadvantage on, you know?
Did we talk about how there's only one button in this game?
Yeah, so anyway, if it hasn't been abundantly clear, there is just the QOMP. That's all you got.
Yeah,
You just press QOMP.
you got the QOMP button and that's all. Like, QOMPies. Gotta get my chicken QOMPies. A celebration after this charity stream. QOMP is love, QOMP is life. I like the soundtrack. Feels like it's like a rave inside my head. From the 90s.
Oh yeah, it's very bumping.
Very quampum?
Oh yeah, it quamps.
This game quamps hard.
I've never played a game that quamps quite like it, you know?
This is a rough one. Just because the those rotate 180 now. So in the dotted square you can't quamp, but you can still move it. You can still press the quamp button. We'll rotate that. Okay.
Yeah, so
Stuck.
things that move when you quamp still move. Did you really?
Nah, I got out of it.
Yourself into, okay. Oh my.
Yeah, we almost
We DVD menued it, everyone. We finally won after all these years.
the quamp leap. We'll finally achieve. We quamp lock the game.
But yeah, in those areas where your block physically won't turn when you quamp, things that still other things that happen on quamp still happen on when you quamp.
Ah, this one screws my head up. Wow. I'm throwing for content right now. Get those charity bucks in, guys.
Yeah, donate for the Celeste Classic 2 bonus run by Sex Rex.
Celeste 2 Classic. Quamp's hard.
It does quamp pretty hard.
And don't forget to also get them in for the upcoming cutscene incentives for the great games Mort the Chicken and Pepsi Man.
Oh.
Both of those games also quamp very hard.
They also quamp in other ways. Work the Chicken, was it? That PlayStation 1 game?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's an experience.
If you have not seen either of the cutscenes in either of those games, you definitely need to get those donations in for that one.
Get all your quamp bucks in the charity, guys, for Mort the Chicken. It's totally worth it.
So this is another one of those big sprawling levels where you have to go and like do 3 different things and then come back to the hub area, and having had done 3 things you can go leave.
We have about 3 to 5 minutes left of the run.
Yeah, a lot of quamping going on.
Mort the Chicken is art. Mort the Chicken should be in a fine art museum.
escaping Greg's cousin there with that key can be a little tricky, but if you get it down, it's not too bad.
Sorry, I was too busy reading chat. There's some hot QOMP action going on in chat. A cheese QOMP? A QOMP and cheese rave? Is that where you QOMP to music and you eat cheese?
Yeah, it's the biggest thing in Wisconsin. I'll tell you all about it.
Alright, I can't wait. I like to hear about Midwestern culture. It sounds so QOMP and foreign to me. So every time for this boss, every time you QOMP in this boss, it creates a blade. You gotta watch out. Alright. I'm QWOMPing for content right now, guys. I'm here to extend the QWOMP fest. the mid QWOMP. Speed QWOMP.
Mid QWOMP, 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 QWOMP.
Mind if I sneak in a quick donation?
Por favor.
We have $25 from Rare Like that just says 1 cent for every QWOMP.
I think.
Counted.
Yeah,
I was there for it.
I'm running back the video, and I will be counting every QWOMP, so you better have tallied up your QWOMPs properly.
So right now that we QWOMPed that boss, we've got some more QWOMPing to do. And now the screen's wrapped, because that's the thing that happens.
Oh, my spikes! Oh, I'm good.
Also, that's the thing that happens.
Oh my god, more spikes! Oh wait, I'm good.
Yeah, it gets really kind of QWOMPy here towards the end. This screen looks really cool when you get it right, and you just kind of dive right on through.
The screen is screen QWOMPing. What's the lore to QWOMP?
QWOMP.
Cool.
Like I said, you're the little QWOMP, and then you QWOMP, and then now that you're QWOMPing around and being free, you can QWOMP on.
How do I beat this boss?
You gotta QWOMP yourself.
Oh man, I QWOMPed myself good.
Yeah, this boss doesn't want you to QWOMP yourself. This boss wants you to stay trapped in this box forever.
A small QWOMP in a big QWOMP world.
Oh, now you became the QWOMP.
The underdog story. Similar to the mighty QWOMPs.
Yeah, I was coming from inside the house the entire time.
Oh wow, I missed. Fine. We're always ready for more QWOMPs.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
still ready for more QWOMPs. There we go. We're quamping slightly. We gotta quamp into each other.
So for the mighty quamps, is that like where Coach Gordon Quamp Bay like loses his job as a lawyer and has to coach a kids quampy team?
And
Just
have
trying to-
and develop a romantic interest in the mother of Gilmore Girls.
Yeah. Just trying to keep myself caught up here. Anyway, so this is like the final part of the level or the game where you're no longer quamping, you're now moving in like kind of a circle thing. You have to press the quamp button to turn and to the right. Yeah. To the right.
What if we quamped under the quamp? If only.
Yeah.
Time will end when
Just thing.
after this disappears.
Yeah, when it says quamp. Yeah, the only time it says quamp is when time ends. That chime.
Good quamp.
We really quamped that up.
Quamp. I felt like I got a lot of quamps out of my system today.
Yeah, really got your quamps out.
I've never quamped so hard in my life.
Ew. Thank you to everyone from the Quamp speedrun community that showed up. Thank you to XREX for quamping with me. Thank you to Midwest Speed Fest for accepting another oddball game from me to show off. Thank you for Bungie for hosting and contributing to commentary. Thank you to all the independent game developers. Finally, thank you. I hope you check out Quamp in the future.